Hey everybody, Nathan here playing some more Team Fortress 2 and continuing my series in which I use my most underused weapons in Team Fortress 2 for the class specified. In this case, I am playing as the Engineer with the Pomson 6000 as my primary, the Short Circuit as my secondary, and the Eureka Effect as my wrench. So, I do have quite a bit of stuff I wanted to talk about in this video, and especially one of the, well, not one of the, but a new playstyle I've actually thought of using the Eureka Effect. So I'll get into that right now, but hey, would you look at that, I used the Short Circuit to help out my team. That's pretty much the only time I use the Short Circuit in this video to actually help out and remove stickies and whatnot. So that was a rare moment indeed for me, so I promised myself to point that out so that the Short Circuit wasn't completely ignored, but hey, what are you gonna do? So, I will eventually get into the breakdown of why I don't use these specific weapons, or at least why they aren't very favorable with me, but I just wanted to tell you guys about this new playstyle that I've developed using the Eureka Effect. So first off, when you're using the Eureka Effect, the most important thing is your teleporter, and this is because usually when you have instant access to spawn, you're going to want a way to get back to where your sentry nest is located. And I mean, obviously your teleporter is that means to get back to your sentry nest. So once again, your teleporter is super essential, more important than normal, and normally your teleporter is very important, being that is your specific usefulness to your team other than providing cover for a certain area. So I'd like to explain my my sort of playthrough or build order for you StarCraft 2 fans. My build order for the teleporter to get maximum effectiveness and to be as useful as possible. So basically, when you're on blue, you're gonna want to set up your teleporter entrance right away and upgrade it to level 3 right away. And I'm talking about payload here. So basically, you're going to want to wait well, about halfway until the next blue spawn point, and then you're going to want to set your teleporter as far as possible and make sure that it is not destroyed, so that you can teleport your teammates to the payload card. So basically the logic here is that once you have your teleporter set up, you literally have access to instant ammo by teleporting back to spawn and then using your teleporter to get back to your nest. But the key here, and this is where it takes some skill, you're going to want to multitask a lot and get that sentry nest up as quick as possible, because then you'll have a means of defending your teleporter and your link to your team, pretty much. So that's kind of the build order for blue. Basically, just get your teleporter up, make sure it's a level 3 so that you can teleport very fast, and that is actually something that you'll find if you use the Eureka Effect a lot, is that engineers are really good at getting teleporters up very fast, because that is what they should be focusing on, being, as I said before, your teleporter is literally your link to ammo. So, getting into the red breakdown of the build order, I suppose you could call it. So on red, you're going to want to set up your teleporter once again, and then basically you're going to want to set up your teleporter right away instead of waiting for a little bit. And then you're going to want to find some ammo, set up a dispenser, and then pretty much teleport back to spawn. The reason you teleport back to spawn after this is so that you, well, first of all, the dispenser can set up and start building up ammo, but you also want to get back there and upgrade your teleporter to level 3 right away, because as I've been saying, your teleporter is absolutely essential, and that is your link to your team and ammo. So once again, build your teleporter, then your dispenser, and then after that you should set up your sentry, and by then you should have a level 1 dispenser and a level 1 sentry, and you should be able to set up level 3s very easily with that instant access to ammo with the Eureka Effect once again. And if your teammates are using your teleporter, no matter, it's a level 3, so it's all good for that. Actually, I'm using the short circuit there once again to help out my team. I guess that's the second time, but that demo man was spamming stickies and whatnot on the cart, and I don't know, it came in useful twice in this match, which is just like a record for me. Alright, so even though this is late and I'm already past this point, I would like to explain an offensive strategy I've learned to use and sort of adapt to with the Eureka effect. So what you're going to want to do here is, once again, set up your teleporter. Once you have your entrance set up and you're kind of waiting for your team to push along to make it like halfway so you can set up your teleporter, what you want to do is set up level 1 sentries like they're mini sentries, and what you're going to want to do is not be like super aggressive and push forward to where the sentry is going to get killed right away, because you can't just set up another one, because level 1 sentries obviously cost 130 metal. So what you're going to want to do is sort of be like set it up a little bit out of the way so that red kind of has to push forward to get to it, because the goal here isn't really to kill a lot of enemies, but it is to hold a certain area, and sometimes that can be the difference between winning a section of payload. Excuse me, wow, that was kind of rude, but you know what, I'm not going to edit that out, because I'm just a baller like that. But, yeah, so the level 1 sentry, see right there, I just built a level 1 there because I know that we're almost to this next checkpoint. So, I'm just going to try to sort of hold that defensive area so my team can push up, and my teammates are going to be the ones who are going to secure new area, and that's when you move your sentry and set it up again. So, in about 30 seconds here, after aiming some spam at this heavy, I believe I do move my sentry up. It should be here soon, but anyway, so that kind of sums up my little offensive strategy. Just sort of use level 1s as a mini sentry and be aggressive with them, but don't be like aggressive where it'll get killed, but just sort of hold an area, and yeah, that'll just assist in your efforts to kill the enemy team. One thing I forgot to mention as I listened to these playbacks is that the reason that I'm using this tactic is that basically you're going to want to put in a level 1 sentry and then teleport out of there if you are in any danger, because a level 1 sentry, 130 metal, is nothing as long as you have access to infinite ammo. And once again, that teleporter is very important, so you're going to want to teleport, then set up your sentry, and you know, go from there. So I just wanted to point that out because you might be wondering, well, why not use the Jag to... Oh, and here, I thought the scout was a spy, so I'm like trying to aim some shots at him, but yeah, you might be wondering, well, why not use the Jag and use level 1s offensively, which is a tactic I've tried where it has a faster build speed, but I just kind of like it. See there, you see my teleporter tactic come in useful, where you just teleport back to spawn and then start building that to level 3. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of let loose my train of thought for the sentries there. I kind of forgot what I was trying to get at, but yeah, infinite ammo equals good for offensive sentries, so that sums up that. So now, after 8 minutes, we can actually get into why I don't use these weapons. I'm actually sorry if I'm like kind of dragging on here, but Engineer is a very dynamic class, and there's a lot to talk about, tips and tricks to give, and such. So moving into the breakdown of why I don't use these items, first off we will start with the primary, the Thompson 6000, and I will say right away that I am not like a super like disliker of this weapon. I'm not even sure if disliker is a word, but I actually do like it a lot, and the only reason that I don't use it a lot is because it's fairly new, and I guess I never really gave it a shot before because I just figured its stats were so complicated that it's just good to stick with the old shotgun. And I actually did name my shotgun Old Faithful because it is just very simple, you know, standard 6 shots does a certain amount of damage. So I will mention right now that the Thompson is definitely not my least favorite shotgun for Engineer. My least favorite, to be quite and brutally honest, is the Frontier Justice. And I know some people are like crying out in rage. I'm just kidding, you're not. But I know that some people are huge fans of the Frontier Justice, but I honestly never really liked it because I don't like having an extra resource to manage, that being the crits that your sentry gets. I don't really like paying attention to the number of kills my sentry has, whether to destroy it and set up a new one, and such like that. And plus, then I don't like having to aim super carefully while just getting bombarded to get my crits in and make the most use of them. So I'm just not a personal fan of the Frontier Justice, but that is my opinion. I know other people have different opinions, and that's okay. We'll be adults about this. Getting a little bit off topic here, I do enjoy using the Thompson, but as I said before, the main reason that I don't use it is because it's fairly new, and I just never gave it a shot, but recently I have been using it, and I do enjoy it. It is very effective against medics and spies, and I do like how it does a lot of damage if you manage to land one on a person. It usually does about 20 to 30 damage, depending on how long they're in the blast, because for those of you who don't know, it is like an arrow sort of blast where it's just a straight shot, and the longer that the enemy is caught in that blast, the more damage they get. Usually it's about 12 damage per, I don't even know what to call it, per like millisecond that they're in it. But yeah, that's just what I've noticed. It's good against spies, and it's fun to troll medics and get their Ubers down. As a medic, I know that I am personally always like pissed off whenever some sort of like Thompson user manages to like get my Uber down so I don't have an Uber anymore. So I always find that annoying, and I do enjoy trolling medics who are trying to build Ubers. And as you saw there, I was calling for medic like 3 times, and I was burning, and the medic must have seen my call for medic, but as you saw by that little mouse shake there before I died, I was kind of mad. I was very annoyed at that one, and I did rage at him in chat, so don't worry, good friends, my death was avenged. Moving on to the secondary weapon here, the short circuit for engineer. The reason that I don't use this weapon at all is because its effects are completely retarded. And I am politically incorrect when I say that, but I am sorry, it is retarded. And the reason for this is that it costs 60 metal to destroy incoming projectiles. And I'm not sure if this counts for rockets, but I do know that it counts for pipes and stickies. But if there's a demo man shooting stickies under your sentry, first of all, you are going to be A, healing the sentry with your wrench, or B, actually, there's 3 options. B, you're going to be running away because that sentry is about to blow up, or C, you're going to be dead because that demo man is going to blow your crap up, whether you like it or not. Or actually D, you could take out your shotgun and start shooting the stickies, but that will not do shit. The reason for this is that I have seen UGC matches and my share of normal matches where demos just can easily take you out. Just demo versus engineer, demo wins every time. Doesn't matter if he has an Uber. Well, an Uber helps, let's face that. But usually demos will be able to take out your sentry, no problem. Good demos are just like snap of the fingers, you're gone. So this is such a stupid effect, such a stupid weapon. I will not waste 60 metal, I was going to say ammo there. I will not waste 60 metal trying to shoot this thing to get rid of stickies unless I have infinite ammo nearby, maybe a level 3 dispenser or even like a supply cabinet. But I just do not like this weapon. And yes, it is fun to troll your teammates and shoot the electricity in their eyes. It actually does blind their screen. I actually learned that. So for you guys who like trolling and trade service, feel free to do that to your teammates. They will hate you. Moving on here, and last but most certainly not least, we have the Eureka effect, and I've actually covered this weapon's stats a lot already, but for those of you who don't know, basically you're gonna get the ability to teleport back to spawn with this wrench, and I don't even know why I'm explaining this. I've like gone into so much depth here that if you didn't know its effects, then you'd be sort of lost, but I'll explain it anyway. So you gain the ability to teleport back to spawn with full ammo, and the only downside is that you cannot pick up your buildings, so you're going to have to either destroy them and place them again, spending the metal, or you're going to have to just deal with the placement of the teleporter sentry or dispenser. So the reason that I don't use this is simply the fact that it is newer and I never really tried it out like the Thompson. My least favorite wrench is the Southern Hospitality. This is not my least favorite wrench, just because it's kind of fun to mess around with every once in a while. But I have actually used the Southern Hospitality more than, I mean, not more than, the Southern Hospitality is my least used recent engineer wrench, but I did use it a lot back in the day when there were only like 2 wrenches. It was basically just the wrench and then the Southern Hospitality, and then when the Jag came out, that's pretty much what everyone uses now. So the Eureka effect is definitely not my least favorite wrench. It is fun to mess around, but yeah, I just like the ability to move my stuff. So that's pretty much like the short summary of why I don't use this melee. So that kind of wraps up the breakdown of why I don't use these weapons in this Dusty TF2 Engineer video. In this round, it's not like super actiony, so it's not really more about the gameplay, but I just wanted to show off some tactics I'm using, and this is actually a fairly standard blue engineer match. Basically, you're going to have spies that destroy your shit every once in a while, but other than that, it's pretty uneventful. I like tried to shoot some red every once in a while to like mix it up, but so before I get into the end of video talk, I would like to ask you guys what you would like me to do after this Dusty TF2 series, because frankly, a lot of you, I mean, not like frankly, that seems to put it in a negative way, but a lot of you really seem to enjoy this type of commentary, and I don't know if you enjoy my thoughts or just the commentary, but basically, I just wanted to ask you guys what you would like to see from me. I can't really purchase new games because I'm kind of saving for a gaming mouse right now. But I mean, I could do like Team Fortress 2 breakdowns, Team Fortress 2 live commentaries, Minecraft Let's Plays, Minecraft time lapses. It's kind of your choice, and frankly, I would like to ask you guys what you want to see. And put out good content rather than just do whatever and hope that I'm like appeasing you guys and I would like still have some sort of honor in me or something. I don't know, but I just wanted to ask you guys what you would like to see. So if you could please comment in the comment section below what you would like me to do, that would be amazing. So that is actually the end of this video. We do win there, I believe in overtime. So if you guys could leave a rating on this video, that would be amazing. I really appreciate it, and please subscribe for more TF2 if you enjoyed this. I do more of them. I have 3 left, and you can check out my 4 or 5 other previous ones, so I'm kind of droning on here, but yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Have an awesome day, and peace.